Good afternoon, everyone. So, in today's class, we'll be going with some of the Python introduction what we have seen in the previous class. So, in that, you are see what are all the concepts you are having. So, firstly, introduction. So, I'm just revising the previous yesterday's class what I did. So, it was first then founded by Van Rossum, and it is used for exception handle. It is named after it is named after Monty Python. It's a open source software foundation scripting language. So today we'll be discussing the concepts with the programming here. So which are all the concepts you are having? Along with that, you'll be seeing what are the programming concepts. So what can be done using Python? So using the Python, what all the things can be done? So first one is data analysis and plotting. Second one is GUI. Next website, database programming, rapid prototyping. So these are all the concepts where you are making. So you making use of Python languages. So IDE. So in the previous class, I have shown you what is IDE. IDE means Internet. So it is an internet development tool. So it is some of the IDEs are Python idle, PyCharm, Atom, Vim, and VS. So next we come with a new concept called indentation. So indentation is one of the concept used in Python where we are going to have a block. So like what you write in C programming, we write it as opening braces. Opening parenthesis should be same as closing parenthesis. So opening of the loop or opening of the statement that will mark the beginning of the line is important. So that one we call it as indentation. So I will tell you what the indentation is. For example, if you are making use of for loops, for you will write I is equal to 0, I less than I plus plus, flower bracket open. So inside the flower bracket, you are making use of j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. So it will mark the step-by-step process. So marking of step-by process is called as a indentation. So white spaces at the beginning of the logical line is used to determine the indentation level. Okay. So the next thing, so the next thing, so what are all the variables? So what is a variable? Variable way, I'm revising the yesterday's concept. So variable is identifier that is associated with a value. Example, if name, so face number, height, all these are the examples. So that is the first concept what we see, it's a variable. Next to come for the input. So what is the input? It is a built-in function for getting input from the user. So taking CNAME is equal to input, what you write scanf, scene operation. So similar to scanf, you are having input operation here. So input is used to read the value from the user. So read the input from the user. So that you, for that you are making use of input function. So once we read the particular name that is being placed into some variable, for example, here you are entering your college name. That college name is being stored into C name, and then you are going to print that particular name. So that is input. Now you come for the operator part. So under operator, it is a symbol that represents the operation. So in order to represent an operation, we need how many operands? One or more operands. So like print of -2, print of 2 by 2, this all the sum of the operators statements. So you can execute each and everything that we will see in the hands-on sessions. Okay. So after operators, now you come for the Boolean values and expression. So Boolean value is either true or false. In Python, the two Boolean values are true and false. If you type true, the result will be true. If you type false, the result will be false. So Boolean values with expressions. So Boolean expression is an expression that evaluates to produce a result, which is a Boolean value. So suppose if you take print 5 double equals 4. So what is 5 double equals 4? the condition is getting wrong. So going to the condition wrong, we call the print it as false. So print 2 double equals 2. 2 double equals 2 will print it as condition is true. So here print ms or double equals ms. So both are equal? No. So at that time it will print it as false. So it will not return any value. It is a Boolean expression you are giving by giving the double equals. So what the double equals will do? Double equals is going to check, compare both the values are on left as well as right are same. If it is same, it will print true. If it is not same, it will go for false. So now you come for the conditional execution. So I will go for the programming part later. First you see conditional execution. There are three control flow statements: if, for, and while. So conditional statements here. Simplest form is the if statement. If it is simplest form is if. So that means if expression statement 1. So if you are having a with the if else statement means if condition statement else statement. So this is the simplest form. Simplest form of if is only if condition statement. So if you want the simplest form of if else, it is if condition statement else statement 2. So this is statement 2. So now you come for the chained conditionals. So you are having conditional statements in much more detail. So here you are having so many conditions here. So first you take it as marks. Marks is equal to int, input, enter, please enter your marks. Okay, if the now you come for the various conditions here. So if is there, if is there, if is there, so many things are there. So that's we call it as chained conditionals. So what we call it as, we call this one as chained conditional, because if is connected with else if, this else if is connected with else if, this else if is connected with else. So initially, if you enter the marks, so if the marks is greater than 39 and marks is less than 50, you take it as some grade. If mark is greater than 49 and less than 60, you take it as this grade. Okay, so this is the chained conditional statements. Okay, so Python for while condition, while statements. So while expression, block, break, continue. So these are the while expression, execute the set of statements. The other one is break and continue. So best example for that one, we have taken the program to find the factorial of a number. So that is input, enter a number. So input, what type of value it should take? It should take integer. So keep in your mind, while if you give only input, it will take a defaultly character value. So in the this example you have written, so here also you have taken it as marks input. Okay. So but when you come for this conditions like a printing, so there you go with a character only. So if the input type defaultly, if you are not specifying, this one should be character. If you are specifying, it should be given the integer here. If not, it will take the only the character. So understanding, right? So what should be done? So if you are inputting any character data, so character data can be taken using only input, enter the sentence or whatever you want. Suppose if you want to take the integer value, then you have to give n is equal to int input, enter the value to find the factorial. So initially fact will be 1. So how to find the factorial? Fact is equal to fact star I. So initially I will be 1. So 1 less than or equal to what is the n value? Suppose you give 5. 1 less than or equal to 5. Find the factorial. 1 star. So what is the factorial? 1. So next you will be having 1 star 1. So fact is equal to 1. And again I increment it to 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. What is fact value? 1 star 2. So fact value is now is 2. I again incremented to 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Condition true. So what is the fact value? 2 star 3 is equal to 6. I keeps on incrementing. So until I becomes 5, I less than or equal to 5, that will be the last condition. So this is the Python for while statement. So now you come for the range. So what the range will do? So range function has many versions. So first one is range of a comma b comma k. The first number in the sequence is a, b is the limit. Every successive number in the sequence will be increased by a step value k. Okay, so a range of 5, if we give the first number range of 5, what will be the ranges? Range of 5 on the quarter is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is the limit. So you stay, how many elements you want, that one you will be giving under B. So B is the range of 5 to 10 with a break of 200. 5 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So 5, range of 5, if you simply give range of 5, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you come for this range of a comma b comma k. So k is a count step value. So 0 to 10 with a step value 2 ಕೊಟ್ರೆ first 0 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, next 2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, next 4 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 6 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 8 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 10 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that will be the a comma b comma k. So a is the starting value, b is the last value, that is limit, and k is the successive number. So 0 in the 10 range ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ if you give a comma b with this one range as 0, so it will print all the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you give 0 to 10 in the link of 2, so first you get 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So that is range. Next, Python for loop statements. So now you come for this particular statements. So all this with the programs, so you need to execute in detail there. Okay. So I will tell you each and everything in the when you go with the content. Okay. So Python for loop statements for iterating variables in sequence. So first, what is the thing to be done? First, a set of names are taken. Yeah. So these are the set of names. So key is equal to input enter the college name. So yeah, I want to tell whether this value is found or not. For X, so what is this? X in C names. If key double equals else, the element is found. And else element k element not found. When element is found, we are giving the set to flag is equal to 1. If element is not found, we are setting it to flag is equal to 0. The key element is not found. Understanding? So in order to see all the range, so you can make use of this one. So what are the, for X in range of 55, print X, it will print from 0 to 55. For I in range of 10 to 20, print I. So 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 20, it is going to print. So 0 to 20 with 5 steps. So first you will get 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. This is the range symbol. So this one is for finding the key element. So first you give the set of elements. Next you enter enter the college name. So for X, if you write the college name as MSRAT, okay. So if you MSRAT, now you are going to, for X in C names, for X in C names, this is the code. This is the code what you have to give to enter to find the value. This one is x1, this one is x2, this one is x3. If k element double equals x, what is the k element? Suppose you give it as kit, k double equals x. Condition is, what will be the condition? K double equals x, k element is equal? No. Else, again continue. So here you are given else continue. That means you have to move with the next one. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. For X in C names, what is the X? So X is one of the value. So X1 is MSRAT, X2 is HKBK, X3 is BMS. So ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರ ಜೊತೆನೂ ನಮ್ಮ K element ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ. So K element is KIT. KIT double equals MSRAT. Condition is true or false. Yeah, false ಆಯ್ತಾ, else continue ಬರ್ತೀರಾ. Again go there. So now what is the X value? X value is equal to HKBK. So HKBK in C names. ಇವಾಗ HKBK is equal to KIT and the condition is true, no, else continue, again it will go there. Take the next value of DMS. When nothing is there, you are moving out. Okay, so this is the program for the looping statements. So this is the program you consider for looping statements. Next you come for the nested loops and pass statement. So nested loop and pass statements. So nested loop means one loop getting inside another loop. So that one we call it as nested loop. So sub is equal to data structure you have taken. So nested loop, that means you are going to this program. So first you take one loop. So one data you are taking. So what is subject? DS, OPS and DMS. So next you go with a stud, that is methylene, you give some data. So now you have to print the student name as well as subject name. Student name as well as subject name. So for X in student, for X, this one you take it as X. So the X is, X1 is methylene, X2 is Harini, X3 is Sanchini. So Y in subject, Y1 is data structure, Y2 is OPS, Y3 is DMS. For X in student, for Y in subject, print X comma Y. So print X comma Y, it will print what is the first X value is methylene data structure, methylene OPS, methylene DMS. Again, Harini data structure, Harini OPS, Harini DMS. Next, Anchini data structure, Anchini OPS, Anchini DMS. So it will print each and everything. So you can see the execution of this one in the program session. So now you come for this. After this, now you go with a next concept called Python data structure. So what is the Python data structure? So in that there you are going to study list, tuples, set and dictionary. So what is list? What is tuple? What is dictionary? So everything you are going to study here. So list is a collection which is ordered and changeable, allows duplicate members. So list is a ordered value and it is changeable value, whereas tuple is ordered but unchangeable. Set is which is unordered and unindexed, whereas dictionary unordered, changeable and indexed, no duplicate members. Okay, so only thing which allows duplicate members are list and tuple. Set and dictionary will not allow duplicate members. List and tuple will allow the duplicate members. Let's see what the list and what the tuple, everything is going to deal. Okay, so each and everything will contain the elements only. Okay, so now you come for the list concept. So what is list? It's a data structure which holds the collection of items. So a list of items should be enclosed in, keep in your mind, this is the syntax. So this is the syntax used for list, square brackets. So suppose if you have taken like an array, so everything array brackets, we call it as square brackets. It is a data structure that holds a ordered collection of items. So it is a ordered collection. So what is list? List is a data structure that holds the ordered collection of items. Okay, so each and everything are ordered but not changeable. So keep this one in your mind. So list and tuple both are same. Both are ordered, but this one is changeable. Tuple is unchangeable. Set, both are unordered, but this one is unindexed. This one is indexed. This two allows the duplicate member. This two will not allow the duplicate members. Okay. So now come for the in detail. What is list? List is similar to an array. It stores a sequence of items in the list in an ordered collection. So in order, you are going to place each and every say element. So list of items should be enclosed in square brackets. Once you create a list, what you can do? So you can add, remove, or search for items in the list. Since we add and remove the items, we say that list is a mutable data type. It can be altered. Since we can add, remove, and search. So keep in your mind, you can add the elements to the list, remove the elements, and search for the elements. So as all these operations are done, now we call it as mutable data type. This type can be altered. So for example, so this is the conditions what I am going to give to create a list, changing list and accessing the list elements looping through. So simply you can execute what all the things you will get. Okay, so come for this part. So first, this is a list. So list will be always given using array brackets, that is square brackets. So these are the set of ordered elements, and this cannot be. So this is changeable. List is changeable. Tuple is not changeable. So inside the student list, you give it as Nithilan Harini. So these values should be ordered, and these numbers can also be cannot be changed. Okay, so under that, first you are taken the list. First, when you give print of student list, it will print all the values. Okay, so print of student list will print all the values. Print of student -1, so -1, it is going to print the last value. So print of student list of -1, so -1 we call it as this one. So last one is the imma. When you give print stud list of -1, you'll be getting the output as imma. Okay, so similarly, print student list :4. So :4 means, so which is the :4? So this one is start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you may get, and anybody can guess, stud list :4. So :4 will print the last four names. Okay, last four names what you are having: Imma, Shamma, Anjani, Harini. So these are the names. So come for stud list of 4. So stud list of 4 will print 1, 2, 3, 4 names. So stud list of 3 colon will write 0, 1, 2, 3. It will not print. So up to 3, what all the things are there, everything will be printed. So I will show you and execute you what are all the things you will get in the program session. So first you see. Okay, so when you give stud list of 0 is equal to Nissi. Okay, so stud list of 0 is equal to Nissi. At that time, the thing is this Nithilan what you have, that will be overwritten with Nissi. So stud list of 0. Stud list of 0 is Nithilan you are having. When you write stud list of 0 is equal to Nissi, in place of Nithilan, you are having Nissi. Okay, now when you print the stud list, what you will get? So you will get Nissi, Harini, Anshani, Shamma, and Imma. Okay, so print loop for X in stud list. For X, print X. So for each and everything, you will be printing in the form of for loop. So what are the there in the stud list, everything will be printed here. Okay, so now you check if item exists and finding length of the list. So that means you are going to find whether the item is there or not and finding the length of the list. So to check if item is there, first you have to give one input, right? ಸೊ ಈ ಐಟಮ್ ಐತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಐಟಮ್ ನ ನೀವು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಏನ್ ಐಟಮ್, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಕೀ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೀ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಚ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಕೀ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. We print X ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ it will print all the names in stud list. The same thing we can use to check whether the item is there or not. So in order to check that one, if key in stud list ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಫ್ ಕೀ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಕೀ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಎಸ್ ದ ಕೀ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಕೀ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್. Okay, this is the code to check whether the element is there in key element is there in the stud list or not. So this part what you are having, it is a continuation from this. First you have to give this stud list. Okay, so first you have to give this stud list, then you come for this particular key element. So ಕೊಟ್ರೆ key element ಐತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲೋಗಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, stud list If k in stud list means first k list stud list should be there, then only you take the value k to find whether it is there or not. Okay, to find the length of the list, what you give? Print len of stud list. So this you will be giving it as print len of stud list. So length of string ಏನಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ? Len of string ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ. So same thing, to find the length of the string, len of stud list, and you are to find, you give the word print. So this is the code. So just I am telling you. So now if you want to add the list item to the list, so suppose if you are adding a item to the list, so what are all the things you have to do? So stat list is equal to one list should be there. For that list, you are appending an element. So appending the element means, so adding the element in the sense append. Okay. So now you give stat list dot append of Anita. So and what is Anita? It is a value what you are going to store it in append. So that is called as a stat list. Adding the new items, we call it as stat list dot append is equal to append of Anita. So print stat list, what it will print? It will print Nitinan, Harini, Anjani, Shamma, Imma, and Anita. Okay. So suppose it will ask, it will insert at last position only. Okay. So where you find this word Anita, after Imma, you find the word Anita. Suppose if you want to insert in any middle, okay, at the specific index, use the insert method. So how to find, suppose if you are going to add it at the last, what is the meaning of append? Append means attached to the end of the line. So attached to end of the line. So Anita is been appended to, after Imma, the Anita is appended. So print of stat list you are printing. To add the item at specific index, first you use the insert method. Append is not there. So ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ insert ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ you have to go with insert method. So how you go with the insert method? You take it as stat list dot insert of 1 comma some name. So that means at location 1 you will be finding the word this one. So ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಇದು 0th location. So first location what you have Harini, so there you are placing Sini. Okay, so now you are going to insert 1 comma Sini. What is 1? It is a location index. And what is the Sini? It is a name that is to be added at that particular location. So at the location now, when after insert, if you are going to print the stat list, so what you will get? You will get Nithilan, you will get Sini, next you get Harini, Anjani, Shamma, and Imma. Understanding? So now you come for the pop, remove, pop, del, and clear. So what it will do? So you have to see. So you can what do remove will do and what the pop will do? Can first remove. So what is the meaning of remove and pop? So you have to keep that one. Remove removes the first occurrence of value from the list. If the value is not found, so that we will see the theory first, then you go with the program. So first, what is the remove? Remove will remove the first occurrence of the value from the list. If the value is not found, it raises an exception. Pop does two things. It removes the last element. Remove will remove the first occurrence of the value, whereas pop will remove the last element of the list and it returns the value that it removed. The difference, this is the difference from li of -1, which returns a value but does not change the list, and different from li dot remove, which changes the list but does not return a value. Okay, remove will remove the first occurrence of the value. Okay, but it does not return the value. Okay, it will remove ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, but ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. Remove will remove the first occurrence of the value from the list. Okay, whereas in pop will remove the last element of the list ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ and returns the value that it removed. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದು ತೆಗೆದಾಕ್ದೆ ಅಂತನೋ ಅದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. So first when you come for the remove, it will remove the first occurrence and it will not return which value it has removed. But pop will remove the last element and returns the value which it has removed. So now you come for this particular thing. So remove of stateless dot remove of imma. So now imma will be clear. So now you come for the, so which one you have removed. So take this example. So imma is there. So stateless dot remove of imma. So imma will be created, but ಯಾವ್ದು remove ಆಗೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. But similarly, when you go with stateless dot pop, so when you go with stateless dot pop, if imma is there, imma remove ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು ಪಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಮ್ಮಾನ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ನ ತೆಗೆದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಮ್ಮಾನೇ ತೆಗೆದಾಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತೆಗೆದಾಕಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಪ್. Okay, so now you come for that delete. So delete stat list of 2. So when you give stat list of 2, what is there in stat list of 2? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So it will delete the unchaining. So what is the value you are having? So unchaining, that value is been removed. Okay, so that is the meaning of removing the elements from the list. So that we will go with removing the value elements. So keep in your mind what is the difference between remove and pop. Remove removes the first occurrence of the value from the list and it doesn't return any value that is removed. But pop will does two things. It first removes the last element and returns the value that it removed. So copy a list. So copy from one to another. Okay, so copying cannot copy a list simply by typing list2 is equal to list1, because list2 will only be a reference to list1 and changes made in list1 will automatically also be made in list2. Okay, so now ಇದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂತೀರಾ. ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 is equal to ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, so what should be done? So you have to give it as stat list 1 is equal to stat list dot copy. So when we give stat list 1 is equal to stat list dot copy, so now a stat list ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿದಾವೋ ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲದಾಗುತ್ತೆ stat list 1 it will paste. Okay, list 2 will only be reference to list 1 and changes made will automatically be done in list 2. So even when ಯಾವಾಗ list 1 is equal to list 1 is equal to stat list dot copy ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವೋ ಆವಾಗ stat list ಗೆ ಏನೇ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು stat list 1 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅದು changes ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So this is one type of copy. It is stat list 1 is a new list is equal to old list dot copy. Okay, similarly you can have new list is equal to list of old list. So list of old list ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರು ಅದು ಕಾಪಿನೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so now you come for the joining two list using plus and append. So joining two list using plus and append. So this is done. That means you are joining two lists here. So which are the two lists here you are having? So stat list and stat list 1. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರೋದು. So you are having this is one program. So this one is another program. So similarly 4 programs I have given it here. Okay, so that I will see in this particular class only. So keep in your mind joining two list. So how to join two list using plus and append. Okay, so first list is equal to some names, list 1 is equal to some names, new is equal to stat list 1 plus stat list ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. So print of stat underscore new. So this is joining two list using plus. Similarly joining two list using append. So we'll take the stat list, take the second stat list for x in student list, stat list dot append of x. So for x in student list, student 1 dot append of x. Andre ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರು when you go with this there is no order, you can get in any order. This two names ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. So in between, after Nithilan also you can get Darshana, after Arine also you can get Evangeline, or after Ima you can get Sine also. But when you go for append, so after all the stud list is there, next stud list 1 is appended. After Ima only you will get Darshana, Evangeline and Sine. Understanding? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ order ಇರಲ್ಲ, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ when you go with append, you will be having in order after Imma only. After Imma, you will find Darshana, Evangeline and Sini. Okay. So next. So similar to that, now you go with a word extend. Okay. So now going with the extend student list 1 dot extend of stud list. So it is similar to what you have. One is a plus, the other one is append, this one is extend. What the extend is going to do? It is extend the list. So which list is extended? Stud list is extended. So stud list 1 dot extend of stud list anta kottaga. Now you have stud list 1 as extended. Hello? Getting?
Sir.
Getting?
Sir, append ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Hello?
Sir, append.
ಸೊ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ಸಮ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನೌ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫರ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1. ಅಂಡರ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ 3 ನೇಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೆಡ್? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಯಾವ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ. So append is been called with list 1. So list 1 dot append of x ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ x ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೈತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. x ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿರೋದು? ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದರ್ಶನ, ಇವೆಂಗ್ಲಿನ್, ಸೀನಿ ಇವು 3 ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ? ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1ಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಸರ್ ಆವಾಗಲೇ ನೀವು ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ. ಸರ್
ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್
ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1
ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ? ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1ಗೆ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದೇ ತರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪೆಂಡ್, ನೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್? ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡೆಡ್? ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1, we are extending stud list 1. So by extending, for what purpose? To add the elements of stud list. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ stud list to stud list 1 ಇದಾವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ? stud list 1 dot extend of stud list ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ? ದರ್ಶನ, ಇವಾಂಜಲಿನ್, ಸೀನಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೀನಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ನಿತಿಲನ್, ಹರಿಣಿ, ಅಂಜನಿ, ಶಮ್ಮ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಮ್ಮ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ ಕೂರುತ್ತೆ? ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ ಕೂರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಅನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು ದಟ್, ನೌ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1. ನೌ ಯು ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಅನ್ನ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಇಮ್ಮ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದರ್ಶನ, ಇವಂಗಲಿನ್, ಸೀನಿ ಸ್ಟಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? So that is now when you go with a print statement also, what is the print statement is telling? We are going to print the stud list only. Understood? So now you come for the list constructor. So what the list constructor will tell? So constructor means it will create a new list. It is used to create new list. So that means stud list is equal to list of you gives set of names. So when all the list now stud list is called as a list now. It is list constructor. Okay. So now you come for the list sort and list reverse method. So list sort and list reverse. So how to make the list sort and reverse means what it will do. Let's see. So stud list is equal to list of so many names ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ, sort ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. Sort means defaultly it will be sorting from ascending order. So first you will get A, next you will get H, next you will get I, next you will get N, next you will get S. So that when you print the values, first you will be getting A, H, I, N, S. So similarly when you go with the reverse, so reverse means, so it will be printing all the values in reverse. So first you will get with S, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೋ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಂಗೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that is a reverse function. So after that now you come for the list comprehension. So what is the list comprehension means? It is a very easy way to create a list. Okay, so it is very important concept which will be used everywhere when you go with a list concept. So list concept ಬಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ you go with a list comprehension only. So list ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಈಸಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರು list comprehension ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. So what is the use of list comprehension that we will see in this? So it provides a concise way. So how do you represent the list? List will be given using array brackets, that is square brackets. So it consists of brackets containing an expression followed by a for clause, then 0 or more or if clause. 0 or more, for or if clauses. The expression can be anything, meaning we can put in all kinds of objects. So result will be a new list. Result will be a new list resulting from evaluating the expression. So expression evaluate ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರು? Concept called list comprehension. So it will always return say resultant list. So what is the syntax for a list comprehension? So first is for first you will get bracket expression for item in list if conditional. So ಇದು syntax for item if conditional expression ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. So ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ we are going to create a set of list here. So new list will be created here by using this following syntax. So example, you take this one. So initially anything is there in your list. So initially you are having nothing in your list. Array bracket open ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಇವಾಗ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ರಿಹೆನ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ 55. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್ ಟು ವೇರ್? 0, 1, 2 up to 55. So rno.append of x. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ rno.append of x ಅಂದ್ರೆ x ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂತು ಇವಾಗ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ 55 ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 0 ಇಂದ 55 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್ rno.append of x ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೈತೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ 0 ಇಂದ 55 ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ rno ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಕೂರುತ್ತೆ. Understanding? So for x in range of 55, you are having values from 0 to 55. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವು ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? rno ಅನ್ನೋ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಅಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So for that you take rno.append of x. Okay. So next, print using loop RNO. So RNO1 is equal to for x in range of 50 using list comprehension RNO1. So ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ using this one only you can print. So you can directly take print of RNO ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಒಂದೇ print of using this statements also you can take. Okay. So this will print range of 50. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ರೇಂಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 0 ಇಂದ 55 ವರೆಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. Whereas RNO1 will print X for range in 50. So 0 ಇಂದ 50 ವರೆಗೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that will be the result of RNO1. Okay. So that you are going to print it. Okay. So up to here we finish with a list concept. So now you can up to here we shall stop this particular list illivargu saku. Next you go with that tuples. So you are having nearly 167 slides. So in that you only finished with 30 slides here. So up to here will be the theory session. Next you go next I will give you the demo. So demo I have to first I have to go and see what will be the outputs you will be getting for all the programs. So some of the programs I will be illustrating and some of the programs I will give you as an exercise. So you have to solve and you have to give me the output. So send that particular thing here. Okay. So for now I will be ending this particular session here. So once I complete with this lab sessions, so I will be sending the recorded videos of that. Okay, so this is the concept. Now we shall, after a break I will continue with another classes and I will send the videos. Okay, thank you.